It's Sunday today, and you know what that means. We're hoping, praying, and wishing it was Tuesday because we love tacos. Taco Tuesday. Or the trade taco himself, Trump. Trump always chickens out. A reporter came up to Trump and asked him a question about what he feels about them calling him taco. He's always chickening out. So let's see what he has to say about all that good stuff.
Mr. President, Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean?
I've never heard chicken out before. You know, I've heard beef out. I've heard pork out. I've never heard about chicken out. This must be a new phrase that the kids today are saying. Kids today, they always say, Trump chickens out. I think it's a good thing. It's definitely not a bad thing.
Because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number. And I said you have to open up your whole country. And because I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff, and they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now.
Yeah, everybody's begging to meet with Trump because they're saying, please, Mr. Trump, Mr. President, we beg you, please don't do something this stupid. We know big brains, bigger ideas. That's what you have. Of course, you are American, the American president. But there's nothing we can do when you're being so stupid. Trump thinks that setting all these insane tariffs makes him look fucking just awesome. And to his base, he does. He is the God, King, Fuhrer, Pope himself, Donald Trump. And there's nothing that he could do to make his base even question a single thing that this man does. But the sheer fact of the matter is the whole world understands what's going on here. And that's why they're not fucking with us really that much anymore. I mean, everybody is going to be shuffling to China here very shortly.
And I said, okay, I'll give you till July 9. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. And we have an end date of July 9th. You call that chickening out? Because we have $14 trillion now invested, committed to investing when Biden didn't have.
Okay, so I want to explain to anybody that doesn't understand why they're saying Trump chickens out and why this is a phrase on Wall Street. They're referring to it as the taco trade because Trump always chickens out, meaning they know they're going to set very high tariffs for absolutely no reason. And Trump is going to inevitably reduce those tariffs because he knows that they're ridiculous. Everybody knows they're ridiculous. So there's going to be less volatility in the markets overall while the taco is in office. It's a good thing. It's really funny. Don't get me wrong, but I believe that Wall Street is playing with fire right here because Trump is a very vindictive person, very narcissistic person. If he thinks that somebody is looking down on him, he's going to be like, oh, well, we'll see who's the chicken now. I'm going to go ahead and set tariffs on the world 1 billion% because I'm a billionaire. I'm smarter than everybody and I'm richer than everybody. And it's going to kind of fuck us in the long run. And he's going to not pull his tariffs back because they're saying he's a chicken and he always takes them away anyways. So it's funny on one hand, but on the other hand, it's like, oh man, we are trying to set ablaze the world economic situation, and this is not helping. Although I think it's funny, and I guess we're just going to have to wait and see how it plays out anyways. Not like we had any other choice unless, you were a billionaire playing with the markets.
Practically anything. Biden, this country was dying. We have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I went to Saudi Arabia. The king told me. He said, we have the hottest country in the world right now. 6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive, and you ask a nasty.
The economy was horrible. You don't understand. Biden destroyed the economy. I have all the proof in the world. Look at my nice charts that I have right here. You see, this is the economy under Biden, and this is my economy. Apparently, when it goes down, that means it goes up. It's ridiculous that he could even make this statement and stick to it. All of the growth in the GDP is on the Democratic side, and as soon as Trump takes office, it just plummets. Which is kind of interesting because this is when he got elected right here, and then it's steadily gone down ever since. I mean, I understand once he actually came in office and the first quarter. But this is the projection for 2026 because of all the tariffs and whatnot. So we're going to have a very slow growth in the country. I mean, we've had 4-point-something%, 3, upper 2s, and we're looking at upper 1s in 2026 if it's projected. I mean, yeah, you come back to 2022 and this was the ass end of COVID, and that's obviously what's going to happen with massive shutdowns and bottlenecking and whatnot. But let's just go ahead and get back to this video,
Question like that. It's called negotiation. You set a number. And if you go down, if I set a number.
It's negotiation, sweetie. Have you ever read a little thing called Art of the Deal? It's kind of a masterpiece that I personally paid to have somebody write it for me on my behalf because I'm so smart. Art of the Deal. I love how condescending Donald Trump is when he's the one making these insane moves on a global scale, and this person just asking about, them calling him a taco. Doesn't make any sense.
At a ridiculous high number, and I go down a little bit, a little bit. They want me to hold that number, 145% tariff. Even I said, man, that really got up. You know how it got? Because of fentanyl and many other things, and you added it up. I said, where are we now? We're at 145%. I said, whoa.
You wanted me to keep 145% tariff? Excuse me, but reporter, you are ridiculous. You are fake news. I can't believe anybody would want me to keep Joe Biden's 145% tariff on China up. I mean, really, I'm over here, Mr. Art of the Deal. Joe Biden destroyed the country. I don't know what you want me to do about it. I'm not going to keep this 145% tariff that Joe Biden put into action. I mean, look at the time. Steve Bannon, will you take this one?
That's high. That's high. They were doing no business whatsoever, and they were having a lot of problems. We were very nice to China. I don't know if they're going to be nice to us, but we were very nice to China. And in many ways, I think we really helped China tremendously because, they were having great difficulty because we were basically going cold turkey with China. We were doing no business because of the tariff, because it was so high. But I knew that. But don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question. Go ahead. To me, that's the nastiest question. Wait a minute.
That is so nasty. Fake news, okay? Yeah, this is quite ridiculous. I mean, it's nothing that we're not used to from the Trump administration. This is what we've grown accustomed to. I mean, it's definitely worse in the second term than it is the first term. I truly believe if he would have just had 2 back-to-back, it would have been much better than a split administration because it gave him time to cook, get mad, and kick out all of the non-sycophants, if you will. Anybody with a backbone, out of here. Anybody that's going to sit on Daddy Trump's lap and glaze him all day, that's where it's at. Anyways, let me know what you think about all these tariffs. Do you think it is hilarious that he's got his own economic trading practice name? This is going to go down in the history books. They're going to be teaching macroeconomics 101 in 50 years from now and bring up the taco trade, guaranteed. Let me know what you think about all of that. Anyways, like the video if you like the video. A subscribe would really help the channel grow, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.